Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Nerd Today podcast. I'm your host, your doctor recommended dose of nerdiness, aka your Nerd Today, coming you not live, but direct from youtube.com/Nerd Today and on audio platforms everywhere you can find a Nerd Today podcast, like Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, all that jazz. So what we have today is a special episode. I've done the podcast proper in a while. Also, excuse my voice. I've been super sick for a whole week. But we're going to kick off a new podcast episode with some breaking news and new details about Final Fantasy XVI. We have a new trailer out, so probably it's going to work a little better video-wise over here because I'm going to have my live reactions to the new trailer, and then I'm going to break down some of the new story details and reports from the producer and director. Before we kick in off, though, this has been a while since I've done a podcast proper. Want to give a quick shout out to the patrons out there. Don't forget you can support me at patreon.com/nerdtoday. Link down below on both audio and video. And for the Patreon's shout out of October, we got the fine folks, Matt and Maggie, who are hopefully awesome. They are awesome. They are awesome people. Again, one of my favorite podcasts. Their Smallville podcast is one of my favorites. I get a kick out of it every time. The Screaming Horses bit. If you watch Man of Steel and you like Smallville, it's a really good bit. Love them to death. We got Jeff Felsher, the homie, brother from another mother. Susan, my birthday twin. Love her so much. She's the best. Rest Pass, my partner in crime over at apronwork.com. That's right, we're back. We just did a podcast about Bray Wyatt's return. We filmed right after Extreme Rules ended. You can find that out on podcast services everywhere. And as always, we should be coming with a new episode very soon. I just got hit him back. I've been really sick, like I said. And Brandon, who's always been like a big brother to me, and I love him so much with all my heart and soul. So we are going to kick that off. Now that we're done with that, scoot on over here. We're going to transition this. If you hear like a little Chucky doll in the background, that's because I'm not the only one sick. Most of my household is sick, but content is king. We got to make content, right? So here we go. Final Fantasy XVI Ambition PS5 trailer. This is kind of what I've talked about in the last Final Fantasy 16 trailer. We already have likely mature 17 plus, may contain content for inappropriate for children, kind of skewing that way that we've mentioned before in the previous podcast episode about Final Fantasy looking like it's going to be a more mature title, and the Yoshi P, who was the director of Realm Reborn, Final Fantasy XIV, and now coming on to this, wants it to be a little more mature. First impressions. It looks gorgeous on my 1080p monitor.
It has been 1,500 years since the fall of our forebears. And Valisthea has been slowly dying.
Valisthea, so that's confirmation of what the world's called. Or the kingdom, at least. I believe that's Clive, our main protagonist.
How much further now?
But we're in the middle of the Deadlands.
The blight sucked this place dry. Meaning no trees, no birds, and no magic.
Darkness spreads as day gives way to twilight. The Mother's flame now all but a flicker.
We cannot live without the blessing of the crystals. And the crystals work their magic through us. You have been blessed, Joshua.
But who shall claim their fading light? The Grand Duchy of Rosaria, bastion of tradition.
At the very least, we must secure Drake's breath.
The Holy Empire of Sanbreque, where ambition is divine.
The Imperial banner shall fly over every city in storm. All shall bow before their emperor.
Okay.
The Dalmekian Republic, whose fortunes
Wow.
shift with the desert sands.
And what of our wise rulers?
Wow, I love how this looks, this kingdom.
Without any
Yep.
thought as to what chaos it might reap.
The Iron Kingdom, forged in faith
Wow.
and fear.
Iron Kingdom was cool.
were sullied with the stain of ether. I merely cleansed them of their corruption.
Or the kingdom of Waloed, indomitable in its isolation.
The dark swallows more of the realm with each
Oh,
passing day.
what's up?
And
You know,
as the
sexy
fringes
touch?
fade, the people flock to the mother
I
crystals.
love the armor design.
From a single spark, will the land ignite?
There's Phoenix.
In the year 860, the Imperial army will march upon Rosaria.
Damn. Oh,
And from the slaughter shall a new shadow rise.
wow. Is that a beheading? That was beheading. There's Ifrit.
To fall upon
Jesus
the dominance,
Christ.
painting their destinies black as night.
Our ability to summon beasts of great might should command respect.
Ramu,
Instead,
alright.
has left us outcasts.
And so I became
Titans.
their puppet. What makes them think they have the right to use us? To leave us to die when our bodies are spent?
I'll crush him! Flay him!
That's interesting. Okay. Damn.
It is you who shall bow to me!
Very well. Come then. Show us the strength of your will.
Rise, ye crownless kings, a reckoning is upon you. A war of the icons.
Okay. Okay, still confirmation. It's still coming in summer 2023. Wow. That was crazy. That was actually phenomenal. I love how that looked. Oh, Chucky. Let's go that. I want to go through that again just because before we break down some of the stuff that we have here, because obviously we have more like seeing the kingdoms here broken down. That seemed pretty cool, and it seems like a ruler or some kind of state of head and has some kind of claim to each kingdom, and they happen to be the icon. I do like I think I'm trying to get to the point in the trailer. A little sexy time here. That's cool. A little mature. That's how maturity comes with Joshua unlocking what seems to be the Phoenix Force. I don't want to call it that because Marvel has their own Phoenix Force. Here is interesting. I love the physical pain and toll it looks like it takes to, and not just the first time, like with Joshua here, like you see the pain that Joshua is kind of feeling and the burning. It's like he's burning up from the inside out when transforming to his icon form, which is Phoenix. But it also seems like that with actually everyone, we with a lot of the characters here, like here you see it, like obviously this dude's rugged. I forget what his name is. He's rugged, but you see like a slight pain in his face, which is really cool. That's what I love about the next gen graphics. Like you can really capture facial emotion there, and you can see the pain in his face as he's like slowly unlocking his, I believe he's Titan in the game, but he's also kind of like, it's like fueling his rage as well. Like he's using that pain to kind of push through. And then I wanted to see, I think it's here further on, you see some of the physical toll. At least she's turning to Shiva, and you can see, look. So you see the wings sprouting back. I thought that was interesting because I didn't expect to. I thought it was just like human icon, no in between. Not like they are using aspects of their icon form in their human form. Like they're adapting the human physiology to have wings, of if they're an icon with wings, claws if they have claws, like you see here. You see right here, it's kind of hard because there's a lot of bright colors, but like she uses, like, turns her right hand into like an icon form, and like almost like a monstrous form of that, and you see it here as well with Shiva being activated. I'm sure the more you've become an icon, like the easier it is to adapt, or you just kind of like Wolverine, you're used to the pain. But it's interesting to see, I guess that's a way to use the magic in the world of Final Fantasy 16. It's to kind of like summon part of your icon form. It's cool here. Like, see how he's augmented his body with pieces of his icon form. Hugo. Yeah, we're seeing that here. And then again, when we talked about in our last Final Fantasy 16 video, we have here, if you can see, I don't have my cursor. Oh, I do have a cursor. Okay, cool. So here, you can see the level 14. I believe that is us. That would be Clive. And then we have, it looks like he switched between different icons. So this seems to be Phoenix. That may be like a story thing we'll get into, obviously, because the logo for Final Fantasy 16, which I was going to get to in a minute, but I'll talk about it now, is very important in every Final Fantasy game, because that is indicative of what kind of the themes of the story in one picture form. And it's depicted as either it's just depicted as icon versus icon, or in this case, Phoenix specifically fighting Ifrit. Ifrit looks to be Clive, who is our protagonist in the game, and Phoenix being Joshua, who is like a prince of the state. And then looks with the L2 trigger here. I wonder if some haptic feedback will play into that. That would be really cool. Really digging that Ghostbuster Spirits, at least, which you can watch our gameplay video at the channel, youtube.com/nerdtoday. But yeah, if you see here, with the L2 trigger, looks like Shiva. I'm not sure who this one is on the bottom. That may be Odin. And then Phoenix on here. And then with the D-pad there's nothing listed for the left, unless nothing's assigned, but we have potion, and you have three potions available to Clive at this moment. 2 high potions on the right D-pad, and 2 strength tonics. So I'm sure they will be temporary down here, down. I'm also, so this is definitely Phoenix. So I'm interested to see what this is right here. What does this mean? These could be inputs for like combos, which we know that the combative director of the game is someone who worked on Devil May Cry 5, also another Devil May Cry series game, and Marvel vs. Capcom 2 historically. So that's kind of what I love about this. You have these meters up top that are very fighting game. Obviously, you see Clive on the left here, Hugo on the right, Benedica. I'm not sure what this gauge below is indicative of, but I would assume on the left here under Clive's, it is access to your icon, or like your icon shift. Like you can shift into Phoenix or use something of the Phoenix in battle, similar to what we saw story-wise, like Hugo, I believe, using some of his Titan form. And then we also have here, I wonder what this is. If you see on the bottom right of your screen of the trailer right here, we have fire, as I'm assuming triangle. That would be triangle. Square would be attack. Cross, or X, it's cross, is jump. And then Phoenix shift would be circle, maybe, or maybe it's right trigger circle. Again, I wonder if some haptic feedback will play into that, having the DualSense controller with that. Also, I'm interested as well is, do you have to hold R2 and then hit square to attack, or can you just hit attack? And this is going to be similar. Like if you hit R2, something opens up and you get like newer moves in your arsenal. Just gonna go slow by slow. There's some precision dodge stuff. Oh, so yeah, it's exactly what that is. Okay, so that's perfect. So as you see here, it seems the player holds in the right trigger, R2, on the DualSense controller. And as it does that, because we're equipped with Phoenix, two icons on the left, which was previously, what were they? I believe they were fire, just using fire magic, and attack, are now transformed into heat wave and rising flames. And you see here, it looks like he's using maybe like rising flames. This is what it seems like, as Benedica is using Araga. I'm trying to see. I wonder if some of that trigger is coming off. No, it doesn't seem that way. Iconic strike. So yeah, there we go. That is kind of confirmation of what I was thinking of, that the R2 is using heat wave, it seems like, because there's a cooldown now. And now we have Shiva, and then on the left we have Titan and Phoenix equipped on Clive here. We're level 37 at this point. We have HP of 2,393. And it shows the bar here. And then now we have 3 bars. So this must be an upgrade system. I wonder if this plays into, again, high like icon mode. I wonder if you just hit circle, does it do something like quick, like a quick thing, like cold snap? But then as you have Shiva attached, or assigned to you or equipped, I guess, in the sense, you can see here, we have Blizzard has replaced fire as a triangle. So that's going to be interesting as well. So that triangle is going to be your primary magic, I'm assuming. It's interesting, though, with Phoenix, we have fire, which, yes, that is associated with that, but as well, Phoenix has been like this restorative summon historically in Final Fantasy. Again, attack, we have jump, and then we are battling Odin, who's also, again, all these icons or summons in the game are people we will meet throughout the game that can unlock this icon form. So yeah, we have Odin right here slashing across as Clive jumps above that. Odin's on his last leg as well. We have like, ooh, and I love this dash, like a jump and then a dash, similar to Dante or Bayonetta in those like kind of games like that. More Dante, I feel that it feels like very like whoop, like Devil May Cry 3 or Devil May Cry 5, Devil May Cry 4 as well. You can get some Nero action in there. But yeah, you see as he drops down, oh, that's interesting as well, because you see, it seems like it was interesting because it seemed like something came up above. I'm sure it's like some kind of cool visual effect. I don't know if that's something you have to unlock possibly here, but yeah, we have more of the, and here we go. We have icon versus icon. Ifrit, who I'm assuming is us, the player, as Clive, versus Titan, who I believe is Hugo, as I mentioned. And you know, that was interesting as well, because I saw Phoenix for a moment. I love trailers like this because they want to kind of mess with your perception of what you are seeing. So for a moment, oh wow, Ifrit versus Bahamut, or Bahamut. As I just recently beat Final Fantasy XII. Review coming soon to youtube.com and anchor.fm/nerdtoday. But yeah, Icon of Fire. So we have Phoenix versus the Icon of Fire. Not named at this point, but that is Ifrit. That's interesting there as well. Graphics look really good. Really excited. I know so many people like the Point of Progress crew who are awesome. They have a Fantasy in Progress thing. They love Yoshi P. They love Final Fantasy 14. So I trust Yoshi P with Final Fantasy. So I with like a mainline single player Final Fantasy. So I'm down. I'm so down with this. I know he's got the stuff. I'm interested to see in summer 2023. Let's not even get into the fact that 2023 we are getting Final Fantasy 16, hopefully with hopefully there's no delay. We get Final Fantasy 16 and Final Fantasy 7 Resurrection. That was the second part of this new like trilogy that we're getting with Final Fantasy, kind of retelling and readapting the Final Fantasy 7 story into something new. That's very interesting there that we have that. This looks amazing. I hope this doesn't slip. And then you know what? Let us go into quickly. We're just gonna go on Twitter. Don't forget you can follow me at twitter.com/nerd_a_day. We're gonna go. Let's go to Wario. I know you some stuff earlier. We're just gonna do this live. Well, not live, recording. We're gonna do it live. Do it live. That's funny if you know what that is. It's not funny if it sounds like I'm being an idiot, more so than normal. All right, let's go in here. I know he had some stuff earlier. I just wanted to live react. I didn't want to read too much into it, but here we go. Here's the latest from Final Fantasy XVI producer, Naoki Yoshida-san, and director Hiroshi Taki. Greetings, everyone. I am happy to announce that our newest trailer, Ambition, is now live. Rather than focusing on action as we did in our last reveal, this time we wanted to give the world a more in-depth look at Final Fantasy XVI's lore. The rich cast of characters with the dominance front and center. Dominance. I wonder what that means, dominance. Is that what they're kind of nicknaming it? The flames of war spread through Valhalla, enters an age of twilight. Where will fate lead the dominance, and what future awaits the realm at the end of the bitter conflict? There's still many more questions to be answered and many more truths to be uncovered. With regards to development, the team has turned the corner and sorry, I got my ring light in the way, entered the home stretch and currently concerning its efforts with debugging, tweaking, polishing, and optimization. As for promotion, over the next few weeks, myself, main director Hiroshi Takai, creative director Katsutoyo Mahiro, I'm so sorry if I'm butchering these names, location director Michael Christopher Koji Fox, will be taking part in multiple interviews with multiple media outlets from across the globe to bring even more information. So to make sure make sure to keep your eyes out for that as well. Hey, Square Enix, if you want, I'll interview anybody from the production team. Please and thank you. As well, we have from the director. Hello. Our third trailer is finally here, jam-packed with exciting new information that provides a better picture of how the game's setting, lore, characters tie in with our compelling narrative. Hopefully, it's worth the wait. As the game edges closer to completion, the team has turned its full attention to debugging and final adjustments. Now that things are starting to come together, the game is sizing up to be something truly special. We know that you're all hungry to see more, but for now, we all hope we'll hope that this little peek into the world of Final Fantasy XVI is enough to keep you both satisfied. Of course, speculating to our next big reveal. I think, to be honest, the pace that Final Fantasy XVI has been giving us info, I think is pretty well done. I think it's been really good. I'm really happy with what we've been given so far. Don't see anything else from. Let's check out the homie Nibel and see what we got. Anybody from Nibelian? You can follow him at patreon.com/Nibelian. But if you got any money to toss to Nibelian, you got some money to toss my way. You know what I mean? 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 All right. So here we got some direct. So we have Ambition. Yeah, cool. You shared that trailer. Yeah, it does continue to look incredible. This is honestly like beautifully fascinating. It's gorgeous, like how these new kingdoms look. I can't wait to see. And again, like just a still of this is perfect. Like this still is. It's funny enough that Nibel posted this still because that's what I was looking at specifically when watching this trailer. Like that's one of the things we picked up on. And some more direct feed shots. God, glistening, bro, glistening. Gosh, man, that's crazy. That's insane. I definitely did not mean to touch that. All right, and then we have some more here. Yeah, I believe that might be Clive. Let's see. Let's open this up. Press.uk. All right. Barnabas. We have Barnabas here. And we have Dion Lesage. So Barnabas Thamir, and Dion Lesage. We have Barnabas here. I love Barnabas's armor. I think it looks so cool. I love his sword as well with this giant hilt and his helmet. I love it. Very, very like Dark Knight-esque, like old school kind of Final Fantasy look on that one. And then this is Dion. I love his spear. I guess there's probably a better name for that. I also love this kind of dressing here, how it kind of flows out, almost like a royal garb as well, and like the kind of ruffle look, like it means like, oh, you're a royal. I do love this. I think this game is coming along very well. So yeah, that is gonna be it. We're gonna just exit out here, and yeah, that's it for our kind of new impressions, kind of trailer breakdown for the Nerd Today podcast. Again, thank you so much to the Patreons out there. As I mentioned, hopefully awesome, Jeff, Brandon, Susan, and Rest Pass. Thank you so much for supporting me. If you guys want to support me and make this a full-time job, so I'm gonna do like office work every day, you can just follow me at patreon.com/nerdaday. Pardon me. Again, the link is down below. That helps. That anything goes a long way to help me at least upgrade gear, get a new computer, things like that. Don't forget, you can follow me right there, twitch.tv. No, that way actually Twitch. I do have a Twitch, but right there. That is my Twitter handle, nerd_a_day. If you're watching this on youtube.com/nerdtoday, thank you so much. When you hit the like, subscribe, as well. Check out the videos we have previously of Final Fantasy 16 and first few hours of gameplay for Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed. And then I, play games live on twitch.tv/nerdday. Maybe we'll have some special guests when I play Ghostbusters. Check us out over there as well. But for now, I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one.